fiesta night of these playoffs. Oklahoma City on the road traveling to take on the San Antonio Spurs in Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals. Thank you for joining us courtside for NBA Showtime. Maria Taylor and two Hall of Famers, Carmelo Anthony and Vince Carter. Tracy McGrady now having to go attend a graduation. We are a family here, so we're happy for him, for sure.
A family of graduates.
100%, okay? We believe in education. We believe in the fiesta, too. I hope you guys can see our teal and our pink down here because we have enjoyed this Western Conference Finals so far. The first two games of it has met the hype that we all expected. With the series tied at 1-1, these teams are separated by just 2 points through those first two games, and you can see the Spurs with an edge on the glass. A lot of that because of Game 1. They out-rebounded OKC by 21, but you see OKC dominating in the turnovers. Now, our two reporters also made the trip to San Antonio. We'll hear from the Spurs six-man Keldon Johnson with Ashley Shamady at Morning Shoot-Around. But before that, OKC's big man Isaiah Hartenstein spoke with Zora Stevenson earlier tonight.
Isaiah, after Game 2, you said that you would do whatever the team needs for you to do. What do they need from you tonight?
They're just coming out again, being physical. I think, again, they're a great team. Just got to come out, execute the way we want to, and just go from there.
How did I know you were going to say the word physical? Yeah. When guarding Victor Wembanyama, you have used that word, but guys also talk about doing their work early. Yeah. What does it look like to do your work early?
Yeah, I mean, just being physical early. I mean, you see on the other side, Cass is doing the same thing, just doing his work early. So just it's kind of how the series is. I mean, both sides just playing really physical, and I think that's just how the game goes.
I'm sure you all know that the Spurs are going to come out fired up, back in front of their home crowd. What's the best way to limit that excitement?
Yeah, I mean, just staying even kill. I think we've been in a lot of hostile environments, and so just going back to that, they're going to have runs. As the crowd's going to get loud, and but that's how you kind of want it. You want to be in series like this. I think it's good for both teams and also just for the NBA in general.
And then in addition to being physical, what's also important for you all to do tonight?
And just executing. I think just doing the little things, just executing. That's what comes down to when you have two great teams, just who can execute better at the end of the day. And so that's the biggest thing.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
All right, Keldon, obviously turnovers a big issue these first two games. How are you guys balancing correcting those mistakes, but also being lenient, knowing, Fox hasn't been available?
Just continue to trust our habits and trust each other. We definitely aware that we turn the ball over more than we would like in the first two games, but I think it's correctable mistakes. I think we will correct those, and I think we'll be a lot better tonight.
Besides the turnovers, what did you notice from the film in Game 2 that you're trying to work on for tonight?
Just the physicality. We got to meet them where they're at in the physicality. Of course, be smart about it, but we got to stand our ground and hit first.
And then you, of all people, know exactly what it's like to come off the bench and make an impact. With a guy like Alex Caruso and what he's done these last two games, do you treat him any differently moving forward in the series?
We just trust the game plan. He's made shots. He's played great. But we just continue to trust our game plan and listen to our coaches in the scout report and just keep putting that into effect.
Well, and thank you so much. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
All right. Appreciate it, Ashley. Meanwhile, there's J-Dub, one of the guys that's questionable here tonight. Remember, he missed 26 days throughout the course of this playoff dealing with that left hamstring, and then he injured it in Game 2, was only able to go 7 minutes in that game. We are waiting to see his availability as a lot of injury storylines that we're trying to keep a track of here tonight for Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals. We got plenty more to talk about for this pivotal matchup in Game 3 here in San Antonio, but we like to give out honors here, and that's exactly what we're going to do. Starting with the all-defensive first teams. Let's get into it. An opportunity to crown some more winners. Y'all ready? I think that's why Melo's got his suit on today. Let's talk about it. Let's start with Victor Wembanyama. Step up, unanimous Defensive Player of the Year. Why not? You should be the first one. Listen, he's the first player to be named first team all-defense twice before turning 23. Led the NBA in blocks for a third straight season, and that's just what he's known for at this point.
I mean, he called it. This is his award. This is going to be his award. He's going to be part of this team for the years to come. I would say the next 10 to 20 to 30 years, Wemby will be on the all-defensive first team.
Okay, how about another guy who was a finalist for Defensive Player of the Year and a guy that we've been watching here in this series? It's Chet Holmgren. Please step up to the plate.
I like that. I like Chet Holmgren. I mean, obviously he was second behind Wemby when it comes to voting a defensive first team, all-defensive first team, but also in blocks. The way he leads the league in blocks, second in blocks, the way he covers the rim defensively, the way his agility on the backside on the help side. Chet deserved this, and that's why he made first team defensively.
All right, another guy that we really enjoyed watching this postseason, Asar Thompson for the Detroit Pistons, creates havoc on the defensive end.
He creates havoc, at the top of the key in the paint. He's a shot blocker. He's a guy that every time your best player is bringing the ball up the court, there's the help side right there. Every time your guy is bringing the ball up the court, he's either getting off it or calling for a screen. That says a lot about you. That's a lot of respect, and Asar Thompson has earned that, and he will earn that for years to come.
Yeah, led the NBA in steals with 2 per game. How about a guy who's a 9-time All-Defensive Player and a 4-time Defensive Player of the Year? I'm talking about none other than Rudy Gobert.
No, first of all, big shout out to Rudy, man. Rudy had an unbelievable series this postseason against the Denver Nuggets. But, I mean, come on, 8-time NBA All-Defensive First Team, 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. He should be on this team every single year as long as Rudy is in the league. Congratulations to Rudy.
All right, we got one more name to add to the list, and it goes to Derek White of the Boston Celtics.
I mean, that's it. This guy here has been fantastic. I thought he was a major add to the Olympic team before not only his three-point shooting, but defense. Here's a guy who is willing to take on any challenge in the game. It doesn't matter who he is, he steps up and he brings it for this Boston Celtics. I think he was a huge reason for their championship for that reason. He takes a lot of pressure off of their stars because he'll go out there and guard the best player.
Yeah, led all guards and blocks. You saw that last play. That's exactly what he was doing and starting the break for the Celtics. All right, so that was your first team. Let's get to the second team. Those 5 players will be Scotty Barnes, the Toronto Raptor.
That's a good one.
Wallace, Oklahoma City Thunder.
Of course.
Bam Adebayo, Miami Heat.
Okay.
OG Anunoby from the Knicks, and Dyson Daniels from the Atlanta Hawks. So congratulations to all.
Congratulations to you guys, man. An unbelievable accomplishment. No Dortcher Chamber, though? No Lou Dort?
No Lou Dort.
Wow.
Well, I'm going to say this, though. Scotty Barnes I'm excited for because all year we talked about him possibly winning Defensive Player of the Year throughout the year. And, of course, Wemby things started to happen. But Scotty Barnes all year has been fantastic.
Absolutely.
He's taken the challenge of guarding all 5 positions. At one point, starting 5, guarding centers, making the difference for them in the playoffs. So congratulations to Scotty. Yeah. He deserves some love for his great defensive play.
Only Wemby and Asar average more blocks per game than Scotty Barnes. That's what he was able to do. Congratulations on making the second team. All right, let's give out some more awards. Next up is the NBA Social Justice Champion Award. We have 5 deserving finalists. Miami Heat captain Bam Adebayo, also on the second team, all defense. Detroit's Tobias Harris, and Spurs vet Harrison Barnes, who we'll see in our game here tonight. There's also Cleveland's Larry Nance Jr. and Celtics star Jaylen Brown. I'm going to allow you to actually open up the envelope because
let's do it.
You were the first winner ever of this award, Carmelo.
Talk to him. Talk to him while I open it.
Okay.
Talk to him while I open this.
Listen, he won the inaugural award. That was back in 2021, so he knows exactly what this means, and it means guys being in the community and giving back.
Man, you're the best, man. You're the best. But this year, 2025-26 NBA Social Justice Champion, Bam Adebayo, Miami Heat. Congratulations, Bam. You deserve this award. And again, this award is not about what you do on the court. It's about the responsibilities that you take on just in your community, talking to people, mentoring people, giving back to people. This is what this award is about. And this is an honor to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on what he stood for in his activism.
And there he is, Bam Adebayo, joining us now. Listen, he's a friend of NBA Showtime. Melo, I'll let you ask the first question to him because you understand the weight of this award.
Oh, absolutely. Bam, first of all, congratulations on this award. I understand what it means to receive this award, especially being that it's Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's name on this award and what he stood for, especially when it comes to social activism. What does this award mean to you? I know I won the award in 2021 as the first inaugural guy, but what does this mean to you to receive this award?
It just means all the people that that I've helped got a voice, and to have this honor. Obviously, it's a big deal. I don't take it for granted, but this is an award for a lot of people that can't speak, and I'm happy that we all got to share this award together.
You've been in Miami for a good little while now. What was the first thing you wanted to do? What was one of the first things you did in the community when you decided, hey, I want to make a difference in the community? What was one of those first things you did?
One of the first things I did was the camp. The camp was the number one thing, and then it just snowballed from there. And I've been helping Miami ever.
Got it.
I think we might have lost a little bit of your audio towards the end there, Bam, but if you can still hear me, I just want to know who are the individuals who push you towards this work or who you've looked up to in the past that kind of motivates you to make sure that the initiatives that you serve are the ones that are pushing the community forward.
It started with my mom. That's how the foundation started. It started behind her. And, my manager, Kevin Graves. And then who else do I want to shout out? My foundation manager, who is Victoria Shabazz, and then UD. UD is the great help for me, and obviously he's from Miami, so being able to help his community and be a part of that.
It's interesting because this award, obviously, it recognizes what you've done, but I want to encourage you to encourage others to do more. So what do you have to say to all of your peers and the individuals that have maybe the same stance that you do, the same opportunities, that can do some of the same work that you're doing in the community?
We have a voice, and you want to do that for people who don't. Being able to just give them that light. I feel like a lot of people that do a great work in this world don't get credit. And it's our job to shed that light on them.
We appreciate you joining us, Bam. You going to be watching tonight? Do you want to pick the game? Do you want to pick?
What's the Bam pick?
Break it down for us. Come on now.
I'm going to go with the Spurs.
Why?
Oh!
Why?
I feel like they're going to have a bounce-back win, and they're at home. Obviously, one of my fellow teammates was De'Aaron Fox.
All right, okay.
Hey, Bam, I'll call you after, and then I'm going to ask you that same question offline.
And then you can give them the real. Congratulations again to Bam Adebayo. Thank you so much for joining us here.
Man.
And his pick is the Spurs. And he mentioned De'Aaron Fox. We're still waiting to see. He's questionable dealing with the right ankle. We haven't seen him so far this series. There's Victor Wembanyama, first player to be named first team all-defense twice before turning 23. He led the NBA and blocks for a third straight season. He's also your unanimous Defensive Player of the Year, getting set for Game 3 of the Western Conference. 44-11 in the final 12:50 of Game 1. Off to a good start was Mitchell and the Cavs, though.
And in the first quarter, that's what you want to do. You want to, establish yourselves, particularly on the road, on a bounce-back game. And things were looking up until they weren't.
Until they went down. And the heart of the garden, as you call him.
Listen, the heart of the garden
stepped up to the
showed out
plate
yesterday, man. But Josh Hart been doing this all year, man. He steps up big, as you see. But they leaving him wide open. Okay,
I get it.
I'll take that, VC. They are leaving him wide open. You know why? Because they got to concentrate on Cat and they got to concentrate on JB. So what you supposed to do when you're in the gym? Work on your craft, work on your shot. And Josh Hart been doing that.
But
his
at some
energy,
point, a late contest. Come on, give me something.
I mean, listen, we'll talk about that later, man.
All right,
the
right.
dude energy is unmatched.
Yes.
And I don't think Cleveland have anybody on their team that can match Josh Hart's energy. So Josh Hart, keep doing what you're doing out there, man. Big win for the Knicks, though. That was a great win. Now y'all go to Cleveland and take care of Cleveland.
Incredible for the Knicks. They are plus 212 points over their 9-game win streak. That is the biggest plus-minus differential in a 9-game span in NBA history. More than impressive. But remember, Cleveland, they were down 2-0 in the conference semis against Detroit. They came back and won that in 7 games. They'll be so happy to go back home to Cleveland where they're going to be playing Game 3. It's official, guys. J-Dub is out with that left hamstring
I was going to go
injury.
after him, too. But
yeah, he was warming up.
Yeah, man, but all right.
I didn't expect him to play tonight.
Yeah, exactly.
You could tell how he walked off the court, going back in the tunnel. But when you talk about the injury that he's dealing with, that's not something you want to rush. Even when it feels better and you think you're 100%, you want to give it another week, another 9 to 10 days, just to make sure and be perfect, be very confident on that hamstring.
And the Spurs are the OKC is in a position where they can rest him because of their, because of how they're playing. They played well without him. We've seen them. They're proven without him. So at the end of the day, if they so happen to advance, that's what you want him for. If he's available, then right now, let's not risk it just to do it.
Yeah, and listen, OKC played 55 games without J-Dub so far this season. They went 45-10. Remember, he missed 26 days during this postseason and 6 games during that time. A.J. Mitchell came in, played well for him in that starting lineup. We'll let let you know who is going to be the starter here tonight, as we just found out that J-Dub is out for the evening with that left hamstring. Alex Caruso, he's been on a bender. 2 hours and 45 minutes away from College Station. All the friends and family are going to be in the building. We'll see what he has for. Listen, we just updated you before we left. Jalen Williams, he is out dealing with that hamstring since January and has only played in 3 playoff games. But the good news for the Spurs, you see it right there. De'Aaron Fox available for the first time during the Western Conference Series. And also Dylan Harper, he is back in. Remember, he left early during the 3rd quarter, did not return to the game, and he was forced into the starting lineup with Fox out. Let's get into it. The difference that is made on the court when a veteran 9-year player like De'Aaron Fox gets to join back up and tag team in with Wemby.
The difference?
Yeah.
It's scary to me because there's another guy out there who can put the ball in the basket, who can be a primary threat, and Wemby doesn't have to be the focal point. Yes, you're going to put all of your attention on Wemby, as you should, but now there's a guy who De'Aaron Fox who can navigate and make plays for others as well. So this is a big addition, getting him back. I mean, it's a surprise with Dylan Harper, but I think De'Aaron Fox is a need for them as well.
Yeah, they've been dealing with turnovers bad. 44 turnovers through 2 games, giving up 55 points to OKC. That is a big difference ultimately for this team.
Yeah, I mean, the Spurs have to take care of the basketball. Even though Castle is playing extremely well.
He is.
But to have that many turnovers in a 2-game span, it just, you cannot do that. That just goes to tell me that you're just playing. You're not focused on taking care of the basketball. You're not focused on making sure that we get precise passes. You're just playing, and I love that. And on the flip side of that, he's averaging 20, right? He's averaging 20. He's passing the ball. He's playing great defense. He's matching OKC's guard physicality, right? He's setting the tone from a physicality from a physicality standpoint when it comes to guarding Shea and guarding everybody else. So you want to see that aggressiveness by Stephon Castle. Don't dumb that down. I want to see another level of that today.
How do you balance that if you're a coach? This is a guy who's your 2nd leading scorer in the postseason. He had a couple double-doubles. Obviously, those 20 turnovers, not what you want through 2 games, but you need the aggression and a lot of things that he brings at the same time.
Well, one thing Stephon Castle's going to do, he's going to play physical. He's going to be aggressive. He's going to pick up. He's guarding Wemby. I mean, he's guarding Chet. He's guarding Shea. He's guarding Lou Dort. Whoever it is bringing the ball up the court, he wants the challenge. And that right there.
And he's doing that.
Hey, listen, the world know what he said here on this dunk right
I mean, that's worth like 6 turnovers in itself.
That's about 6 turnovers
that's
right
6
there.
turnovers right there.
Stephon understands the moment. Even though he's a young player, he understands the moment. He understands the challenge, what it means to take the challenge. And he really believed that the Spurs can beat OKC, and he's carrying it that way.
Getting the opportunity to play in a conference final, in your mind, you're like, we're this close, and I want to help my team get over the top. So sometimes you tend to rush yourself, and you tend to push the envelope a little too much. But that's the beauty of this is a series, and you can watch film, and you can see where you can be aggressive and when you need to dial it back a little bit and just make the right play. Because, like you said, 20 turnovers, averaging 10 a game for like 20 to 25 points, that's something like that can be the difference in sweeping this team, which we know that's not going to happen, but maybe you're up 2-0 instead of 1-1 with the turnovers, So for him, we just want to settle him down, particularly at home. Now you're at home, we're excitement, the fan, we know it's going to be rocking in here. Settle in, just make the right play, but like you said, you don't want him to lose his aggression.
Yeah. Listen, I see Wemby down here. He's working out. He's warming up.
After it.
They're bodying him a little bit in the paint right now. Listen, we saw a little bit more Isaiah Hartenstein on him. He played him for about 8 minutes as the primary defender in Game 2, and it seemed to have made a difference. There were just different looks that he was getting defensively.
I thought that was the key move and the key adjustment of OKC. I mean, Wemby, you talking about the physicality. Look, Hartenstein understands how to play basketball. He didn't have no possessions on Wemby first game. Right here, he just want to keep a body on him, keep him between Wemby and the basket. I'm going to give up some fouls, but I'm playing hard and I'm playing aggressive. But I also understand that I also know that Wemby understand what he's up against today.
Here's what I love about San Antonio staff. What they were working on right here just now is being held and still getting to the weak side.
And now they're playing football.
Yeah, they worked hard, they earned it. But
almost.
But that just says a lot about them and how important details are to win a game. Now they say, we're not going to cry about it, but we're going to adjust to how you've been played. and we make it happen. And they're working on that, and I love to see that. That says a lot about this organization and their preparation.
Yeah, for sure. Listen, Wemby had 26 points in the paint in Game 1, just 10 in Game 2, so obviously under control a little bit more by OKC's defense. But let's get into what we saw from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander also in Game 2. Listen, the two-time MVP, maybe he was feeling it out, trying to figure out exactly how he wanted to tack the Spurs in Game 1, but he found his spots for sure in Game 2.
He definitely found his spots. Yes, he had 30 points, but he had 9 assists. And the one thing we've seen Shai all season, oh my goodness, what we've seen all season is his patience and his willingness to get off the ball for guys to make plays. And they understand they need to make plays for him. So when guys are knocking down shots, it makes the second half, fourth quarter for him to be in attack mode. So that's what he's starting to see is like, okay, get off the ball, guys knock shots. I need y'all to knock down shots. They know that. Watch me do what I do.
Yeah, 9 assists for Shai in Game 2, added in 30 points, and ultimately the series was evened up 1-1. There's the big guy, Isaiah Hartenstein, played a huge role. AJ Mitchell, we'll see if he's the one that's going to get the start alongside Jared McCain, who knocks down big threes. Listen, we got plenty more coming. All right, so we've traveled about 425 miles south, straight shot down I-35, where the Fiesta was waiting for us. Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals at the Frost Bank Center between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the San Antonio Spurs. The 5-time NBA champion Spurs just looking to hang another banner up here in the rafters, something they haven't done in over a decade. Maria Taylor, I've got 2 Hall of Famers with me. Carmelo Anthony and Vince Carter. Tracy McGrady, he's on dad duty. He's celebrating a graduation, which we absolutely love to hear. We're scholastic on here on this show.
Very.
We're here for a fiesta, guys. It is Game 3, and so far it's been an instant classic of a series. Let's talk about some of the keys already coming in. We found out that J-Dub, he is out with that hamstring injury. We saw him go down in Game 2. We found out that De'Aaron Fox, he will play. He is available for the first time during the Western Conference Finals. He's dealing with the right ankle. And also the rookie, Dylan Harper, who was forced into starting duty with De'Aaron Fox out for that first 2 games. He's available. He had an adductor issue. But what does it mean to have De'Aaron Fox, the 9-year vet, available for a Spurs team that has struggled with turnovers so far this series?
Just that, to protect the ball. I mean, when you add someone like De'Aaron Fox who's been around, yes, he's his primary guy, a guy who can score, a guy who can distribute the basketball. But when things are getting erratic, he can calm guys down and just get guys into position or just get them shots. Not saying, I don't, like you said it earlier, I do not want Stephon Castle to lose his aggression. Just want him to calm down and settle in and understand you have to value the ball in the playoffs, and that's very important. His high turnovers right now, 10 to be exact, but at the same time, you have now De'Aaron Fox. You move him to the off guard and put him in attack position, attack mode, and just you get downhill, get into the paint, create opportunities for yourself and others.
Yeah, listen, Stephon Castle, 20 turnovers through those first 2 games. Ultimately, the Spurs with 44, they've given up 55 points off of turnovers to OKC. But they also had to answer the question to the Thunder of how they wanted to guard Wemby. They changed it up a little bit in Game 2. We saw more Isaiah Hartenstein on Wemby. Only 12 minutes played in Game 1, and then we saw 27 minutes in Game 2, Melo, and he guarded him for about 8 minutes as the primary defender.
Yeah, I want to break this down because this was a chess move by OKC and Coach Dago. Look how Hartenstein is in a smack. He's in a smack defense, right? He's not letting Wemby get behind. He's not letting Wemby get away from him. Hartenstein also understands how to guard a pick and roll. He's a vet. He understands he got to push up on Wemby. He got to make Wemby put the ball on the court. But and also he needed help on the opposite side for the offensive rebound, for the defensive rebound. Here, his pickup point on Wemby is almost above the three-point line. Yes, that was a foul right there, but that call right there allowed Hartenstein to be more aggressive throughout the course of the game. Look how he's smashing Wemby right here. Usually that's a switch. Right here, he letting J-Dub through. He's staying with Wemby. He's directing. He's quarterbacking. And now Wemby don't have no room to go anywhere or move. So the physicality that Hartenstein brings to this game is very important. That Coach Dago made that adjustment in Game 2. And look at here, right here. He understands OKC offense. He understands what Shai likes to do. You know what, Wemby? I'm not going to let you block the shot. I'm going to hold you off. I'm going to hold you. I'm going to grab you. But you're not getting over here to block Shai's shot. That's a smart basketball player. That's an adjustment. That's coaching. That's structure. And that is the epitome of a championship basketball team.
Yeah, and one of the big things, too, points in the paint. Wemby had 26 points in the paint in Game 1 and just 10 points in the paint in Game 2. Now, one thing for Oklahoma City that we've become very, very used to, Vince Carter, is the fact that they're going to play 12 players. We've seen at least 12 players going in Game 1 and Game 2, but that bench has really held up.
If you play for the Thunder, you're going to get an opportunity. But Shai, who had 9 assists last game, yes, he had 30 points, but he had 9 assists. His unselfishness, getting off the ball, and his guys understanding, when I get the ball, I need to make a play to make the game easier for our superstar. McCain gets into the paint, jump shot. Caruso, yes, we're going to get you the ball back. I'm going to clear out for you. Nope, Wemby's up, psych. I'm going to get it to this guy. Shai, understand, get it to the guy who shoots 61% for the series right now. He is hotter than fish grease right now. And then here's another guy, Casey Wallace, who's been shooting well. And you said, Melo, he needs to make shots for this team to win. He made threes. He got off the ball, but made himself available to make the game easier for Shai in the second half. And their bench was fantastic, but those guys put themselves in positions to where the double team happens. Shai did not blink. He got off it. Those guys were in attack mode or shot the three and made shots. So 34 assists from their team. That's just fantastic by this team.
Yeah, that OKC bench, listen, they've already outscored San Antonio 107-41. I mean, more than impressive, and they're playing well together right now. There's your guy. There's Zay. I've already named him Zay. Isaiah Hartenstein.
I'm not calling him Zay.
Wait, what?
And he had to be one of the primary defenders on Wemby, and it certainly made a difference. Okay, the adjustment now is how Wemby's going to respond.
Yes.
What is the best way to respond the way that he was guarded in Game 2?
For me, you had an opportunity to come out Game 1, put your team on the back, 41. They didn't know how to guard you in Game 1.
Yeah.
Game 2, OKC made the adjustment. They're a championship team. They made the adjustment on Wemby, be physical. Now it's San Antonio's time to make an adjustment. Wemby has to get up on the perimeter. He has to move Hartenstein around. He has to bring him out on the perimeter, make Hartenstein move his feet, get downhill, make plays. Because if you stay alongside that paint, you're not going to get nothing. You're going to have to be an extra physical to try to get those buckets down there.
That's exactly what I was going to say. You want to put Wemby on the move. If you're going to be physical, let the physicality start from out front where the referees can see it. Hopefully you get a quick foul on them. That kind of makes him, Hartenstein a little hesitant. But I think you get him in some pin downs.
Yes.
Make him chase Wemby a little bit. That means he's a little late, more likely to foul. So there's a couple of things that you can do. And I like sometimes bringing him up, let him run point a little bit.
Yeah.
Now you're in a 5-1, 5-2 pick and roll. What Hartenstein now has to navigate through picks.
And remember, these are two teams that hadn't seen each other in 2.5 months before they met in the Western Conference Finals. So the adjustments that we're going to see throughout these series will most certainly make a difference as they get more familiarized with one another. All right, for tonight's McDonald's Round Ball Roundup, let's get you caught up on the Eastern Conference Finals. And after a wild comeback in Game 1, the Knicks, they just kept on rolling in Game 2 against Cleveland, extending their franchise record 9-game playoff win streak. Now, the game was tied in the third quarter before New York took control with an 18-0 run. You guys remember that? Because there was an 18-1 run in Game 1.
We forget that.
Every Knicks starter scored at least 14 points, led by Josh Hart, who scored a playoff career high 26 points. And the Knicks now have the best point differential by any team ever in their first 12 playoff games, ahead of several NBA title-winning teams, including last year's Thunder. New York, they've also outscored its opponents by 212 points over this 9-game win streak. That's the best point differential in a 9-game span in NBA history, regular season or playoffs. But after the win, Game 2, the hero, the heart of the garden, Josh Hart, had some fun on the microphone.
I'm never a huge analytics guy. At a certain point, they're a lamppost to a drunk person. You can lean on them, but it won't get you home. So at a certain point, you got to have a good feel for the game.
Oh, my God, bro.
I'm not going to lie. That was Gerald Wright, his quote, man. So shout out Jay Wright.
Wait, hold up. No, we're not moving on from that.
That's a great quote.
Oh, my God.
Analytics drunk, lamppost to a drunk person? It ain't gonna get you home. You can lean on it though.
I was with Cal, so I didn't hear that.
You ain't even go to college.
Not you didn't even go to college. We just saw saw Cal game too. He would have said, I had him. He was on my team. Listen, Josh Hart enjoying some pizza and a victory. They're up 2-0 now on Cleveland. Let's start there with him because he was 0 for 3 from 3.
Yeah.
He could have stopped shooting. He was benched toward the end of game 1. All he did was go 5 from 8 from there, playoff career high 26 points in game 2.
Most players would stop shooting in Josh Hart's situation because the opposing team, they want you to shoot the basket. They leaving you open for a reason. So for you to go in this game too, to knock these shots down and be aggressive on the offensive end and the defensive end, he was offensive rebounding. To me, this is the Josh Hart. Josh Hart always wins you a basketball game in the postseason, but by his hustle, by his heart, and then you look up and he 5 for 7, 5 from 8 from the three.
Defense. He was. It's one thing being open, but he was open.
No, he was
like, line them up, take your time. If you need a dribble, sometimes you need a dribble to get your rhythm. That open, like that. But that's just the adjustment. That's just JB, like we talked about Shea. JB making the right play. Yeah, he can take over the game. He's Mr. Clutch, but at the same time, my guy, one, is making shots, getting off the ball, trusting his guys, and his guys delivering.
And he had a playoff career high 14 assists, did JB, in that game, so obviously he was making the right decision. Okay, you're the Cleveland Cavaliers. You get to go back home where you like to play so far, but you're down 2-0. What has to change?
You reset. You go home, you reset. You sleep in your own bed. You eat your own food. You got your own chefs out there. Your preparation is different at home. You're in front of your fans. I think Donovan will continue to do what he do. James will pick it up. He's home. First game in the Eastern Conference Finals, in Cleveland. And I think James is starting to feel the heaviness of what it takes to be James Harden and trying to go out there to win the championship. So I do think Cleveland will be totally different in game 3.
You have success at home, do that. But the first 6 minutes are important for the Cleveland Cavaliers, in my opinion.
Okay. I mean, you're certainly right. Listen, they've been down 0-2 before. It happened against the Pistons. They won it in 7. All right, the Eastern Conference Finals continue with Game 3 from Cleveland tomorrow night on ABC. The Knicks, they'll take their 2-0 lead on the road. We'll see how they're looking for a 10th straight win at home.
They 6-1 at home.
Yeah, they're 6-1 at home. That's true. All right, Mel, it's time for your star player parlay on DraftKings Sportsbook.
All right.
Let's see what you're looking for.
We don't care about them being
postseason
6-1 at home. Here we go right here. We got a 3-leg parlay. Castle 18 points. The Spurs primarily ball handling with Fox banged up. But Fox is back tonight, so we'll see. He averaged 21 a game this series, 20 in the postseason. McCain, 2 threes. The kid shot 63 from 3 against the Lakers in the semis. He hit 1 in game 1. Didn't really shoot many in game 2, but he's due for a couple threes tonight. And then Devin Vassell, 3 threes coming off, 22 points and 6 made threes in game 2. He plays his best in big spots. He's home, as you can hear this crowd. Fiesta. It's Fiesta night. The Frostbank Arena, whatever this is booming right now. Let's go. So I think this is going to hit today.
Somewhere T-Mac is sitting there like,
he like, yeah, right, champ.
We know you, T-Mac.
Watch me hit today.
It's the one. It's the one.
All good. Getting set for his 27th career playoff game, coming off of 30 points and 9 assists in game 2 as OKC tied up the Western Conference.